Hey everyone, Andre here, and we are taking a look at some brand new concept art that recently came out from what appears to have been a leaked early copy of the physical version of the movie, and it contains all kinds of new details that we didn't know before, including cut elements or things that were considered at one point for the movie, and I want to go over them right here. Now, this isn't officially out yet, so we can't be showing any of the concept art here, but I'll do my best to describe most of the main new elements. Now, keep in mind that a lot of it is very similar to the actual movie, of course, only in concept art form, so we're not covering all of it, but we're going to cover the main cut elements here, and that starts off with Yoshi, because in this first picture, we have we have the main Mario cast, like Donkey Kong, Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi, all working together to fight off the Koopa Troop. And in this case, we actually see Fire Mario riding Yoshi, which never happened in the movie. There was no Fire Mario in the movie at all, and then Yoshi is taking on a very much action-like pose as he's eating a Koopa Troopa. So I love that, and it seems like, again, Yoshi may have been a major part at one point before he was decided to be, teased for a sequel. So that's interesting. I wonder what changed there. Next up, we have what appears to be Mario's introduction to the Mushroom Kingdom, only this time it's much less grandiose. Mario's on a small brick path that leads into a cute little Toad Town with the castle visible in the distance. So it's all much smaller scale, more down to earth, or down to the Mushroom Kingdom as it were, and it looks cute and quaint, but it's not quite the epic scale that the movie is, so I thought that was interesting. Now, one thing about this concept art is that a lot of it is in the classic style of the 2D games, not the games themselves, but the artwork for them, and it's all very adorable, including one of the pictures which looks like it could basically be, or one of the drawings, basically be artwork for the Super NES version of Super Mario Kart. It's just very cute. They have the classic style DK here, and I just love how it looks, even though there's no real cut elements in this one particular image. But that's the case for a lot of this. Like, a lot of it is faithful to the movie, but it's just rendered in a really classic, cute art style. Speaking of renderings, we have this really cool early CG render of the DK village. It's a very zoomed out shot. It just shows how much is going on there. They have tons of roadways all intertwined. It is crazy, and it's just a neat detail to see how many details they put into this. They even have a version where they labeled like everything, like where the little fruit shop is, or the banana shop, and tons of other things. So again, I just admire the amount of detail that they put into this movie. After that, we get back to a scene with Donkey Kong. In fact, this appears to be the introduction of Toad, Peach, and Mario meeting DK for what might be the first time, because Toad's like hiding behind Peach. They seem scared of this guy. And on the DK side, we have Donkey Kong, Cranky Kong, along with Squawks the parrot. That's right, Squawks was intended to be in the movie at some point. He's seen here sitting on Cranky's walking stick that he's holding in the air. So I don't know what happened here. Squawks would have been an amazing inclusion, and sadly, we got no real animal buddies in the movie outside of a Rambi the Rhino reference. Hopefully, in the Donkey Kong spin-off, if there is one, we'll get that, or a sequel to this movie. Beyond that, though, speaking of sequels, there is a character here who could be the one filming it all, being Lakitu. The cameraman Lakitu is here from Mario 64. We see him hiding behind a tree, holding the camera stick just like he does in the games, and it's a little sad that was cut too, but that was an amazing reference, like if he was documenting all of this. So I wonder, at what point that was cut, but that would have been a fun Easter egg had they kept it in the movie. Maybe even the credits, like it could zoom out and show the cameraman filming it all. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it ended up being a layer too abstract for everything, but I thought that was a neat detail. After that, we get a look at Bowser addressing his troops during what I assume is the Bowser rave sequence, and it looks very similar, except Bowser's on the podium in the middle, much closer to the entire audience, or rather surrounded by the audience, including characters we don't see in the movie, which are Thwomp, Boom Boom, and the Toadies from Yoshi's Island, the ones that would grab Baby Mario. We also see a Lakitu here as well, but a different Lakitu from before. So yeah, it seems like his troops are even more fleshed out than what ended up being in the movie. Who knows, it could have been budget reasons, maybe they realized they didn't need all those characters, and not that the final scene is budget at all, because there's so much detail in it, it's absurd. But yeah, it's neat to see that there were other characters considered at one point, and now I'm wondering, how did Thwomps even get around? Anyways, we're gonna move on to another Bowser scene. This one appears to be a climatic scene between Mario and Bowser as they're on a bridge over lava. This is very much like any of the Bowser fights in the original Super Mario Brothers, or really any of the 2D games. But I love how this looks. It would have been so neat to see this rendered in the movie, even if I don't quite know where it would fit in. But yeah, I just love that they capture that classic essence of the games here, and I kind of wish that we end up seeing that on film at some point. It looks amazing. After that, we have an early look at one of the shops from Toad Town. This one looks fairly faithful to what we see in the movie, with him selling all kinds of fruits and vegetables, of which, again, we see stores like that. In this case, there is a turnip reference from Super Mario Bros. 2. He's straight up selling those turnips with their face on the logo, which is weird to think you're eating a vegetable that has a face on it. The mushrooms in the movie don't have faces, by the way. Here we get another look at the aquarium too. And they look very faithful as well. They have cute little mushroom-style lights above them. And then we also see a box, for some reason, with Pokies on them, except the green spiked versions. I don't know why they're here. I don't know what they're doing in an aquarium. Maybe they're a decoration. I'm not quite sure. Other than that, it looks very much like the movie version, including the 2 Cheep Cheeps in the logo. Next up, we get a better look at the ATM machines from the movie. And as it turns out, they are literally ATM machines. Because you know where the treasure chest is in the movie version on top? That's where, in this concept art, that's not there. Instead, it says ATM. So, man, I wish these existed in real life. You just walk up, start hitting a block, and get free money without any form of identification, it seems. So, I don't know how that works, but hey, can't complain. Finally, we have some concept art of the Mario Brothers plumbing van, or rather, the Luigi Bros plumbing van, because on the front and the side of the van, it now says Luigi Bros Plumbing. So I don't know exactly what happened here, but apparently Luigi now runs a business. So I would love to know what the early draft was for this story, and if that created a conflict somehow, or why Luigi was the one to put his name on the business instead of Mario, which really you would think wouldn't make a difference, because they're equal. So it's kind of weird no matter how you think about it, actually, unless both their last names are actually Mario, as established in the original 93 Mario movie. In any case, the van itself looks similar to the final version of the movie, except it has a rounded front rather than the actual like extended nose as in the, not really extended, but like slightly pushed down nose as in the final movie form. And then on top of the van, they also have a series of green pipes, you know, like the classic Mushroom Kingdom green pipes. Finally, we also see Mario hanging out of the van. No Luigi to be seen, oddly. And Mario looks exhausted. He's on a phone. He's like sweating from, you know, being overworked seemingly. And I don't know what exactly happened there, but again, I would love to find out how this was set up originally. So there you go, everyone. That is all the main details we noticed from, you know, cut or changed elements from the final film. Are there any that stood out to you? What would you have hoped to have seen in the film? Or what are you glad may be gone? Or maybe you understand why they're gone? Let us know in the comments below what you think. Otherwise, if you want more details, we just posted a video with 345 of them, 345 Easter eggs from the movie. It's really quick, it's really fun. Go check it out. I'll link to it on the screen right now, and I hope you enjoyed it if you haven't seen it already. With that, everyone, we're gonna catch you later. Have a good rest of your weekend. Bye!